Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Follow a Sketch Friday, and we are using the posted edition. This is in the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. I have a couple of kind of scenery Alcatraz photos here, so let's see what I can do. So I have my papers, and I've got some scraps that have been hanging out on my desk. I haven't really been cleaning up or straightening up my space too much this week while I haven't been feeling all that great, and you can definitely tell. I am excited to say I think I have one or two more layouts left in the Alcatraz album. I just placed an order for my 12 by 12 prints for the photos that I wanted to blow up and feature in the album, so that is super exciting to me. I did go ahead and trim off 3/4 of an inch off of two sides of this plaid paper and placed it over top of the floral paper. So you might be questioning, like, what are we doing now? Now that Alcatraz is finally done, and it's way past the time when I wanted it to be done, right? Like, I wanted it to be done by the end of July, but, you know, things happen. But I'm giving myself a little bit of grace here, and I'm not going to stress out about it. I do have a couple of projects on the horizon, right? I've got Disney. There's always a Disney project. I've got my wine advent calendar. I've also got my scrappy cruise that I went on with MK and Janet. I think what I'm going to do is revamp the Never-Ending Kit and apply it to the Scrappy Cruise. And then I'm also going to clean out and go through my Disney stuff, and then have some Disney stuff going on as well. I got to say, I am ready to move on to other projects, right? I decided that instead of doing these curly Q things, which I totally planned on doing some stamping and embossing, but when you're still not feeling fantastic, things take a back seat, right? Like when I made this post-it sketch, I was like totally going to stamp, totally going to emboss on this bad boy. I'm so excited. And then, you know, you're fighting something for a while and you just don't have the umption in you. I chatted online with my doctor because, you know, couldn't get an appointment. The first in-person appointment is a month out, so that's great. And they are convinced I have the flu. I am not convinced I have the flu. I think I have a sinus infection. Christopher thinks I have strep throat. But yeah, all the signs are there for a sinus infection. So I did go to work today, and I quickly went downhill and left early and was like, no, I can't do this. If they would have given me some antibiotics at the beginning of the week, you know, I feel like I would have been feeling fine right now. But no, it's the flu, and it's viral. So here we are. Might have to make another chat, photo, video, whatever appointments are these days with doctors. It's just a pain in my patookus. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I went off on that tangent because I decided to fussy cut out some flowers instead of doing some stamping and embossing. Now, there are those of you out there that would be like, Sandy, you freaking maniac. I would have stamped and embossed 1,000 times over before I would have fussy cut. But the fussy cut really isn't super detailed cutting. It's just kind of big fussy cutting, I guess. So it wasn't stressing me out too much. But what does stress me out is my photos, because I don't have the exact layout of the photos that are in the posted sketch, right? Like I should have kind of a portrait, a landscape, and then a smaller one. But I don't. All of my photos that I have to use are portrait. So I do cut them down. I've got one that's a 4x4. I've got one that I leave at 4x6. And I think this one is 4x4.5. I want to say 4x5, something like that. I do trim, actually, I lied. The 4x6 was trimmed down a little bit so it would fit on a 6x6 piece of paper. I do mess around with the photos and how they overlap each other for a hot minute because I can't exactly figure out which way I want to go. Now, this bottom photo was a photo that I had planned on blowing up and putting in the album that way because I just thought it was super, super cool, right? It's just cool. But I ended up blowing up a distance photo of Alcatraz, the island itself, which for some reason, I don't know why I didn't think I was going to do that, but I did. So I've got 6 12x12 photos coming for this album. So anyway, I figured that photo had to go in this album since it's not going to be blown up in a big old album. I am going to put all 3 of these photos on some fun foam. And what that's going to do is just give it a little bit a lift off the page and kind of put those florals in the definite. Sorry, I thought I was going to be able to keep the cough in, and I muted it a lot, but I couldn't keep it totally in. And it kind of mutes the florals and pushes them into the background, and that's definite in the background right there. I will say I've been watching random YouTube lately on scrapbooking. I say lately, like the past hour or so while I've been scrapbooking and picking out my photos and ordering them for this album. I've just started listening / watching room organization and tidying up videos because I'm hoping that it's going to give me some inspiration to actually do mine. And I feel like if I just felt maybe 20% better, it wouldn't be a big deal. Like my bathroom should have been cleaned a couple days ago. I clean it once a week and we're on a week and a half now, and I just didn't feel well enough to clean the bathroom. I felt well enough to come sit in my scrapbook room and sit on my hiney and play with paper for an hour, but going and getting on my hands and knees and scrubbing the toilet and everything else in that bathroom, it just doesn't, I start to feel worse just thinking about it, right? So I guess this weekend, no matter what, however I'm feeling, I'm going to be cleaning that bathroom because I can't let it go 2 weeks. Like I can't, you guys. It's making me twitch now. But it's fine. It's fine. So now I'm flipping through my stickers because I definitely want to add on the little bits that are in the sketch, the top and the bottom bits around the border. And I decided to use this pink sticker and I cut it in half. And now I'm going to decorate it with some words, and I'm also going to decorate it with some florals. I'm going to bring in some texture florals, some actual stuff that's going to give a variety of texture to the page. And I'm just picking a couple of random words. I'm going to grab my layout because I'm not wearing my glasses. It's funny because if I don't wear my glasses and I'm not sick, I get a headache because I can't see very well without them, right? But if I'm sick and I wear my glasses, it actually makes my headache worse. Explain that one to me because I don't know. Or maybe it's all in my head and I just feel worse. Who knows? But anyway, the bottom little decorative piece says happy days, explore the world. And the top says love this so much and highlights. And I felt like those were great kind of sentiments for the photos that are on this page, because they're just kind of really awesome photos where there's no like story that I want to tell to them other than these are really cool shots at Alcatraz, or I think they're cool shots at Alcatraz, right? Like, you might be thinking your photography skills are mediocre, and that's okay, and I will admit my photography skills are mediocre, but this, I like this. These photos make me happy, right? They elicit a feeling inside of me for Alcatraz. And who knew that our Alcatraz trip was going to be such a freaking-tastic moment in our family's life, right? Like, I was talking to Christopher last night and telling him, oh, I've just got to order the large photos and I've got a couple more layouts, and then I just got to, organize the layouts, put them in the order I want them in, and then the Alcatraz album will be done. And he's like, that's amazing. You've been working on that forever. I'm like, yeah, I know I have. And we just had some really good memories. And it's so funny because when we went, the kids and Christopher were all like, it's just like the game. It's just like the game, because they play Call of Duty Zombies. I don't know. And Alcatraz is one of like the places you play. And sure enough, it's just like the game. I don't play Call the Duty with them. We call it Call the Duty here. I've played once, and it went down in the family legend book because we kicked butt and took a whole bunch of names. But the shoot 'em up games aren't my normal thing that I go to. But so now when we talk about Call of Duty or we talk about Alcatraz, they interlock with each other now, and one memory evokes another memory. And that's usually how, when our family gets together, when all of us are together and we start to go down memory lane, that's what happens, right? Like, we talk, I'm sure this sounds stupid because that's how everybody does their memories, but it's really cool to have the photos too in the album, right? Like, and I even did a layout about it where it's like, hey mom, it's just like the game. And I don't know where I'm going with this other than I think that it's really cool that happens, and we will be able to go through these albums and it will evoke other memories. And I feel like this probably is a cop-out or a unreasonable excuse, but one of the reasons why I think one of the reasons why I don't journal excessively on my layouts is because I like that emotional, visceral reaction. And I feel like a lot of the times, if there's so much journaling, you kind of lose your own reaction because you're reacting to the journaling. Does that make sense? And that definitely is not scrapbooking for the ages. That is scrapbooking for me in the here and now. And that's what I do. So anyway, the layout's done. I decided to go with a title of So Very Whoa, because that's what I think when I see these pictures. I'm like, whoa. I added a couple birds. Can you believe it? I put some rando animals on this layout because jailbird still cracks me up every time I think of it. So anyway, guys, thank you for listening to my croaky ramble. I appreciate all the time that you spend with me. Please check out the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group to play along with Follow a Sketch Friday Posted Edition. And I will see you guys again real soon for another video.